Well, however much it has gone ahead to lag on for a very long period of time that we can't obviously handle. We, the fans of Man United, are like, it's really taking long. But finally, looks like the deal of Bryan Mbeumo to Man United is obviously going to be accomplished because the signals are blinking. They're bleeping. And obviously, there is a story that Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to put out today that has obviously gone ahead to obviously maybe get us back on track to obviously talk about Bryan Mbeumo. Because for me, I was not obviously going to do any story about Bryan Mbeumo, not until we get a here we go from Fabrizio Romano, David Austin. You can talk about Jacobs Ben, But I think this one is worth a story to be done about Bryan Mbeumo, that the deal looks like is happening anytime from now. Then we are going to be talking about the training ground of United and a little bit of a story coming in through from Antony, as Eric Ten Hag wants to reunite with Antony Santos at Bayern Leverkusen. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we want to hit 22,000 subscribers, not so? So please, let's obviously get going. Now, Fabrizio Romano has told us that Brentford are showing initial interest in Omari Hutchinson as possible replacement for Bryan Mbeumo in case of exit with Man United on it. Brentford appreciate Hutchinson, but no club-to-club talks have been held yet. Now, that sends you a message that United is closing in on Bryan Mbeumo, because ever since we went ahead and obviously started to talk about this, we had a lot to obviously discuss. You understand? So, we haven't gone ahead obviously here anything concerning Bryan Mbeumo replacement. But the moment the club looks at the Bryan Mbeumo replacement, it really sends a message that this deal is obviously closed, that we can obviously touch it. As what do clubs that know what to do? The clubs that are really reputable and know what making transfers is all about, they have to first get in a replacement for player, or they have to agree, and after agreeing, then they will let the player go. You understand? So if they've taken that further step to replace Bryan Mbeumo, it sends a message outside there that it is obviously gonna be happening. That is it. It's gonna be happening, and we are waiting to see how things are really gonna be panning out at the side of Arsenal. Sorry, at the side of Man United. So Bryan Mbeumo obviously wants Man United, and he is ready to come. And the moment you hear that United is pushing in, Brentford is getting in a replacement, it really sends a message that the deal is imminent, and maybe here we go is gonna be gotten very soon. I think we are soon clocking 40 days of the deal of Bryan Mbeumo that is not yet done and dusted. And I tell you what, it is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That is it. Like I was on my sister channel known as Rokani Media Football, telling us, fans, that the deal of the deal of Gyökeres to Arsenal is obviously going to be happening, and they were like, we are impatient. I was like, however much we're impatient, but there are nitty-gritties that need to be sorted. But though for United it's really bad, 30 days, for Cunha it was close to 3 months. This guy coming to almost 7 weeks, it's really irritating, and it's not one of those few moments that you would love to obviously go through as a person in there, if you really know what the world means in the transfer window. So a replacement for Bryan Mbeumo is being looked at. That means the exit of Bryan Mbeumo is nearing completion. That is it, and that's what we're getting in through from the side of Fabrizio Romano. So I don't know when it will happen, but I'm eagerly waiting for the here we go, and I thought that dropping it now is very important. Then let's go to a man known as Antony. You understand? Antony was on loan at Rio Betis, and now close to 3 teams are really wanting to sign him. That shows you that it really means something good in there. And it's Bayer Leverkusen in talks with Manchester United to sign Antony. Besides Leverkusen, Rio Betis want him back after a successful loan. 2 other major clubs, one in Italy and another in Germany, are also interested in signing Antony. That is it. So, Antony is now a hot cake. And if you support Man United, this is where you want it to be, because you want to see to it that there is a bidding war for a player that you want to sell, because a bidding war always takes the price to the next level. And as we speak right now, Bayern Leverkusen in talks with Man United to sign Antony. Rio Betis want him back. 2 other major clubs, one in Italy and another in Germany, are also interested. 4 clubs are interested in signing Antony Santos. You understand? So, if you're a United fan, doesn't this make you happy that Antony Santos is really gonna be a hot cake? And maybe United can even fetch 40 million euros, because as we speak right now, the club of Manchester United has gone ahead to obviously want around 30 million euros. But if it turns out to be 40, how does it feel like? If it turns out to be 40, how does it feel like? I think it really feels out well. And the more we get from the Antony deal, the better. So, Erik ten Hag wants to reunite with Antony, and he knows to it that he has the capability, though at Manchester United I think the pressure was too much, that this guy couldn't obviously handle it. That is what's his name? That is Antony. He had some good spells, but I think he reached an extent when he couldn't obviously turn out to be the player that everyone expected to be by the time he signed for Man United from Ajax. But at Rio Betis, he has gone ahead to rejuvenate his career, and the revival has called upon for very many clubs to sign for him. And Rio Betis is really in trouble, because I think Bayer Leverkusen have a lot of money. Having gone ahead to sell a player known as Florian Wirtz to Liverpool, I think they have a lot of money in there. And I think Antony will give first priority to the side of Rio Betis, because he knows to it that that's the club that obviously took him back to the Brazilian national team. The World Cup is underway next year. He would like to put in the best of performances into the mix. So, Bryan Mbeumo, So Antony is now a hot cake, and I think that's where United wants it to be. And if you're a United fan, you obviously anticipate that more will obviously be showcased and more money will be put up to see that the deal comes to completion. That is it. So, from there, we obviously get Chris Wilder. He has told us something about United training ground. Remember, the club of Man United, especially the men's team, has been training at the female side where they train from. Why? Because Carrington was under construction. Now, we obviously getting in a story from Chris Wheeler that the work at Carrington is almost complete, but Amorim and his players are still best in the women's and academy building where they moved last season. Once construction began, everything should be in place when the team returns from the United States early in August. So that is really a very huge improvement, because Ronaldo came out and said that he returned at Manchester United, and to his shock, he found the same facilities at Old Trafford as they were there. So that is really very stupid of Man United. But finally, Ineos has gone ahead to renovate the facilities at Carrington, and by the time United returns from the United States of America after the preseason, all will be set and well. So, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Bryan Mbeumo joining United Signals on, and the deal is really happening anytime from now. Antony, Erik ten Hag reunion anticipated, and then What are your thoughts about United accomplishing Carrington? Are we obviously going to be minimizing on the injuries because maybe the facility that we've been having have been the reason as to why our players have always gone ahead to get injured? Rokan David is my name. I'm out. See you later.